We're putting back together and we're fixing without parts from Bugatti, and we've already done and accomplished what
nobody expected it, not even Mat Armstrong himself. Just days after rumors started swirling around his insane hypercar projects, a mysterious package arrived straight from Koenigsegg headquarters in Sweden, sealed, private, and marked with a kind of urgency that instantly sent fans into meltdown. At first, Matt thought it was just another part delivery. But the moment the crate cracked open, the entire atmosphere changed. Hidden inside was something nobody thought Koenigsegg would ever send to a YouTuber, a rare component tied to one of the company's most secretive engineering programs, accompanied by a personal message that hinted at a collaboration far bigger than anyone imagined. For years, Mat Armstrong built his reputation by bringing wrecked supercars back from the dead, proving manufacturers wrong one rebuild at a time. But this package felt different. It wasn't disrespect. It was recognition from one of the most elite hypercar brands on Earth. And as the cameras rolled and the internet exploded with theories, one question began dominating every comment section. What does Koenigsegg know about Mat Armstrong that the rest of the automotive world is only starting to realize? The news spread across the automotive world faster than anyone expected. Within hours of Mat Armstrong uploading the first teaser, forums, fan pages, and even veteran car collectors were desperately trying to figure out what exactly Koenigsegg had sent him. The box itself looked ordinary from the outside. Matte black, reinforced corners, heavy-duty locks. But the reaction from Matt told a completely different story. The second he read the attached paperwork, his expression changed. He stopped joking. He stopped talking to the camera for a moment. And for viewers who had followed his journey from rebuilding crashed BMWs to taking apart multi-million-dollar hypercars, that silence said everything. Whatever was inside that crate was serious. For years, Koenigsegg had built a reputation unlike any other manufacturer on Earth. While companies like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Bugatti chased luxury and prestige, Koenigsegg chased obsession. Every bolt, every carbon fiber weave, every mechanical component existed for one reason: absolute perfection. Their cars weren't simply fast. They were engineering statements. Machines so advanced they looked like something pulled from the future. And because of that reputation, the company almost never trusted outsiders with unfinished technology or rare components. That's why Matt receiving anything directly from them felt almost impossible. The mystery only deepened when fans started analyzing every frame of the video. Some believed the package contained prototype suspension parts. Others thought it could be connected to Koenigsegg's revolutionary light-speed transmission system. A few even claimed the shape of the crate matched the dimensions of Jesco body components. But nobody knew for certain. And Matt, he wasn't revealing much. He kept smiling at the camera, hinting that this was bigger than the Bugatti situation, a statement that instantly sent the internet into chaos. What made the moment even more shocking was how unlikely Mat Armstrong's rise really was. Just a few years earlier, he was simply a determined guy buying damaged performance cars and rebuilding them in his garage with limited resources and relentless confidence. Most people laugh at the idea that a YouTuber could restore vehicles manufacturers themselves sometimes consider beyond saving. But Matt kept proving everyone wrong. Wreck after wreck, rebuild after rebuild, he turned impossible projects into viral success stories. Fans watch him revive Ferrari's slice in half, rebuild destroyed Lamborghinis, and tackle electrical nightmares that dealerships avoided entirely. Each project raised the stakes higher than before. Yet the automotive establishment didn't always welcome him. Some traditional car enthusiasts dismissed him as an internet entertainer. Others accused him of taking reckless risks with vehicles worth millions. But every time critics predicted failure, Matt somehow delivered results. That persistence slowly earned him something far more valuable than views: respect. And now, with Koenigsegg unexpectedly entering the picture, many started wondering if the industry itself had finally acknowledged what fans already knew. The package reveal became the most dissected automotive upload of the month. People paused videos frame by frame, searching for clues hidden in the background. Some spotted Swedish markings on internal labels. Others noticed that one document appeared to carry Koenigsegg engineering stamps. The speculation grew so intense that several automotive news channels dedicated entire episodes to discussing the mystery. Even creators who usually focus on racing or luxury reviews couldn't stop talking about it. But behind all the excitement was another question nobody could ignore. Why would Koenigsegg choose Mat Armstrong specifically? The answer may have been hiding in plain sight. Unlike many creators who focused only on showing expensive lifestyles, Mat built his brand around the process. He showed mistakes, failures, frustration, broken bolts, electrical disasters, sleepless nights. His audience didn't just watch completed cars roll onto the road. They watched the impossible become possible step by step. That authenticity created something rare on the internet: trust. Fans believed him because they saw every struggle firsthand. And perhaps Koenigsegg noticed that too, because companies like Koenigsegg don't operate like ordinary manufacturers. Their entire identity revolves around pushing limits beyond what others consider realistic. In many ways, that mindset mirrored Mat's own approach. When experts said a project couldn't be fixed, he attempted it anyway. When people warned him that rebuilding certain hypercars would destroy his finances, he ignored them. There was a strange similarity between the fearless engineering philosophy of Koenigsegg and the chaotic determination of Mat Armstrong. As the days passed, Mat slowly revealed more details. The package, according to him, wasn't merchandise, sponsorship material, or some promotional gift. It was functional, important, potentially tied to a future build no one saw coming. He described holding the component for the first time as genuinely terrifying because of both its value and rarity. At one point, he even admitted he was afraid to touch certain pieces without gloves. That confession only fueled more theories. Some believed Koenigsegg might be preparing a secret collaboration video. Others suspected Mat had gained access to engineering support for a hidden hypercar restoration. A few fans even theorized that a damaged Koenigsegg project car was already on its way to his workshop. That last rumor sounded ridiculous at first, until people remembered how impossible the Bugatti rebuild once sounded too. The pressure surrounding the reveal became enormous. Millions were watching, waiting for the next upload. Automotive channels across YouTube referenced the mystery in thumbnails and headlines. Reaction videos flooded social media. Reddit threads stretched into thousands of comments. Every small hint Mat dropped instantly became headline material, but beneath the hype, there was something deeper happening. This wasn't just about a package anymore. IT was about recognition. For decades, the automotive world followed a strict hierarchy. Manufacturers created, journalists reviewed, fans watched from a distance. But creators like Mat Armstrong changed that structure completely. Through raw documentation and fearless experimentation, they became part of the story itself. They weren't just reporting automotive culture anymore. They were shaping it. And perhaps no moment symbolized that shift more than Koenigsegg sending something directly to Mat Point one evening. While standing in the workshop surrounded by dismantled parts and camera equipment, Mat finally opened up emotionally about the situation. He admitted that moments like this felt surreal because he still remembered struggling to afford tools in the early days. Back then, the idea of a hypercar manufacturer, even knowing his name, seemed impossible. Now one of the world's most exclusive automotive companies had trusted him with something confidential enough to shake the entire internet. The emotion in that moment resonated with viewers because it felt genuine. There was no polished corporate presentation, no scripted marketing speech. Just a guy standing in a messy garage trying to process how far his journey had gone. And then came the biggest twist yet. Near the end of one upload, viewers spotted what looked like carbon fiber bodywork hidden beneath protective covers in the background of the workshop. The shape was unlike anything Mat had worked on before. Sharp, aggressive, almost alien. The internet exploded instantly. Some claimed it matched the front profile of a Koenigsegg Jesko. Others believed it belonged to an entirely different unreleased model. Screenshots spread everywhere within minutes. Mat refused to confirm anything. Instead, he smiled, looked directly into the camera, and said, "You genuinely have no idea what's coming." That single sentence sent anticipation to another level entirely. The possibility of Mat Armstrong tackling a Koenigsegg project felt almost too insane to believe. These weren't ordinary supercars. Koenigsegg vehicles existed in an entirely different universe of complexity. Advanced aerodynamics, custom-built engines, lightweight carbon monocoques, aerospace-level materials. Repairing one would challenge even experienced factory technicians. If Matt actually attempted it publicly on YouTube, the stakes would be enormous. Failure could damage his reputation permanently. But success would change everything. Because rebuilding a Koenigsegg wouldn't simply prove his mechanical skill. It would place him in a category few independent creators had ever reached before. It would demonstrate that modern automotive storytelling no longer belonged exclusively to massive corporations or traditional media outlets. One determined creator with cameras, tools, and relentless persistence could command the attention of the entire industry, as excitement reached fever pitch. Fans began revisiting older Mat Armstrong videos, searching for hidden clues they previously missed. Some noticed he had mentioned Sweden weeks earlier. Others pointed out unusual blurred objects in workshop shots. A few even discovered that certain Koenigsegg engineers had quietly followed him online months before the package arrived. Suddenly, what initially looked random began forming a much bigger picture. And through all the chaos, Matt remained calm. Almost too calm. That confidence made fans even more suspicious that something massive was already underway behind the scenes. Because historically, Matt only became quiet when projects reached dangerous levels of complexity. The calmer he appeared on camera, the more insane the build usually became. Then another shocking detail emerged. According to insiders circulating online, the package allegedly included direct technical documentation from Koenigsegg engineers themselves. If true, that would represent an extraordinary level of trust. Manufacturers guard technical data aggressively, especially companies producing ultra-limited hypercars worth millions. The idea of sharing sensitive engineering information with a YouTube creator would have sounded absurd years ago, but the automotive world was changing, and Mat Armstrong was standing at the center of that change. Fans no longer viewed him as just another content creator. To many, he represented something bigger. Proof that passion and determination could break barriers once controlled entirely by elite industries. Every impossible rebuild became part of that larger story. Every successful project challenged assumptions about who was qualified to work on extraordinary machines. That's why the Koenigsegg package mattered so much that IT wasn't merely about expensive parts or viral videos. IT was about validation from one of the most respected hypercar manufacturers on Earth. And somewhere inside that workshop, hidden behind cameras and carbon fiber panels, the next chapter was already beginning. As the mystery surrounding the package continued to dominate the automotive world, the pressure inside Mat Armstrong's workshop became almost unbearable. Every new upload now carried impossible expectations, with millions of viewers hoping to finally uncover what Koenigsegg was truly planning behind the scenes. But what most people didn't realize was that the situation had already become far more serious than a simple collaboration. According to people close to the project, Matt had quietly spent weeks preparing the workshop for something unlike anything he had ever attempted before. Specialized equipment had reportedly arrived late at night, hidden under covers before cameras started rolling. Massive reinforced crates appeared in the background of videos only to disappear again without explanation. Even longtime fans noticed that Matt's team seemed unusually cautious whenever certain areas of the garage entered frame. The secrecy itself became part of the story. And then came the moment that changed everything. During a late-night filming session, Matt accidentally revealed a tiny glimpse of what looked like exposed carbon fiber attached to a structure no ordinary supercar would use. It lasted less than 2 seconds on screen, but that was enough. Automotive forums exploded instantly, with some viewers claiming the material pattern matched the exact weave Koenigsegg used on its hypercars. Others argued it could be part of a damaged monocoque chassis, something so advanced and expensive that most repair centers in the world wouldn't even attempt to touch it. Suddenly the theories stopped sounding crazy. People genuinely began to believe that Mat Armstrong might be preparing to rebuild one of the rarest hypercars on Earth. What made the situation even more intense was the growing silence from Koenigsegg itself. Normally, manufacturers quickly distance themselves from rumors that spiral out of control online. But this time they said nothing. No denial. No clarification. Nothing at all. That silence felt intentional, and fans interpreted it as confirmation that something historic was unfolding behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Matt continued dropping cryptic comments that only added fuel to the fire. In one video, he casually admitted that he had never been this nervous about turning a bolt before, a statement that immediately terrified viewers familiar with his past builds. This was the same man who had fearlessly torn apart Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens, and even damaged Bugattis on camera without hesitation. If he was nervous now, people realized the scale of the project must be absolutely insane. The emotional weight of the moment also started becoming visible in Mat himself. Beneath the excitement, viewers could sense genuine pressure building. Rebuilding ordinary performance cars was already difficult enough, but handling technology from Koenigsegg meant entering a completely different world of engineering precision. One mistake could cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. One incorrect repair could destroy components almost impossible to replace. And unlike mainstream manufacturers, Koenigsegg parts weren't sitting on shelves waiting to be ordered. Everything about the company was rare, specialized, and obsessively engineered. That reality slowly transformed the project from entertainment into something closer to a high-stakes experiment the entire automotive world was watching in real time. Yet despite the danger, Mat seemed more determined than ever. Friends close to him later describe how he spent countless nights researching Koenigsegg engineering philosophies, studying technical diagrams, and trying to understand systems few people outside the company had ever worked with directly. It wasn't just about rebuilding a car anymore. It was about proving that passion, obsession, and relentless effort could overcome barriers that once seemed untouchable. And the deeper viewers looked into the situation, the clearer it became that Koenigsegg may have chosen Mat for exactly that reason. Unlike traditional